Well, there was a waypoint on this road we're turning into, and as I approached it, it had a nice white line in the middle, and it looked like a normal 2-lane country road. And then once you're on it and it's too late, this is what it does to you. Single track road. With grass down the middle. In fact, it turns out there's a lot of grass on this lane. An awful lot of grass. And you'll find this isn't my video. This is Bob's video. Thanks, Bob. Somebody did ask as we were riding down here if anybody was recording it. And I looked at my GoPro Hero 10 and its recording light was flashing like a red light in a booker's window. So I thought, yeah, I'm recording. This will be great when we get back. And of course, the entire disc was corrupted, so I got no video whatsoever. I did, along this lane, it got so narrow in places. I was getting properly thumped in the face by overhanging trees. And there were lots of little hawthorn things sticking out as we were riding through that I felt catch on me trousers on occasion. And that bit of tarmac either side of the grass. On my side, it had ridges in it, like areas where sort of part of the tarmac had fallen away. Not by a lot. If it had fallen by a lot, I'd have been in it and all. But enough to sort of make the bike judder. So I'd switch over, I'd go over to the right hand side of that grass and discover it's no better over there than it was on the left hand side. Now, I mentioned before about sort of cameras switching themselves off. I have a slightly more serious problem. I've got quite a collection of drift cameras. The Ghost XL I don't use anymore. It literally just doesn't work. It'll work in the house, but as soon as you put it on a bike it doesn't. If you look on, from your perspective, from some of the rear views that you might get, you should see that there's, if you look on some of the photographs especially, you should see that on the pannier at the back, near side, there's a drift camera. That recorded for about 30 seconds. It's a good Ghost X. And again, that one works fine when I test it in the house to make sure it's all sorted, and it just doesn't work when it goes on the bike. And I've got a Stealth 2 as well, that is also failed. I've had a lot of Stealth 2s fail, but they are very, very old cameras. That leaves me with the Ghost HDs and Ghost S's, and I've got 3 of each. And up to now, 2 of them have failed completely and just switched themselves off, and I can't get them to work again. Sooner or later, I'm going to run out
with your Taurus,
and I'm not going to be replacing it. But if you look at Bob's windscreen there, he's got a camera.
Every bike's an adventure.
I'd be interested to know what that camera is and what its stabilisation's like. If it's cheaper than a GoPro, I might be interested. Because the GoPros are £250, £300 a pop, you know what I mean? Some of them are even more expensive than that. Now, you can't hear the flak I'm getting here. It's fairly steady. I take it as being good humoured, and I don't get offended, because, to be fair, every time you go on a ride led by me, there's a very high risk you're going to find yourself on a road like this. Didn't happen yesterday, but it sure as hell happened today. I don't actually ride the routes, that's why it happens. I use Google Maps and Google Man to sort of decide I want to be on that road, I want to be on that road, that one looks pretty good, I want to be there. And I put waypoints in on Tire to Travel. And when I put that into my TomTom sat-nav, it joins up the dots. It's not a biggie. The position of the waypoint would have determined how long or how far we've got to go to reach our next stop, and it also determines what time we're going to arrive at our next stop. So those things aren't going to change by the fact that we happen to be riding along this at the moment, and they'll stay pretty much what they were. that, they swap positions. I wonder why. And you see that, so the grass disappears, then reappears, and then disappears. It's getting a little bit better. And then you pick up a bit of speed, then you drop off the speed again.
Looks fun, 13%. Bayton Hill. It is fine.